trip.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to be here. My name is Jeff Zisselman, but I want to introduce a very special person that I get to share the stage with, who's a dear friend. So these are 3 words that I use to describe Paige. She doesn't know what they are. She's a little in panic. The first one is sharp. If you've ever spoken with Paige, she's a super sharp woman. Anyone agree with that? Okay. Second is she is graceful. I don't know if you know this. She is a competitive dancer. And when I watch her videos, because I am like Steve Martin in the Jerk dancing, this is my motion of dance. And I watch her and I'm like, amazing. So she's just a graceful person. And the third word I describe Paige with is inspired. If you listen to her like you will today on a call, if you work with her, her inspiration is just through her whole body. So Paige, I'd love you to share a little bit about your journey with Nu Skin.
Oh, I would love to do that. I've been with the company 19 and a half years. I've been in the industry 29. So I came with almost 10 years of experience before this company. And I came with a lot of skepticism and attitude to my first big event. That was my first exposure to Nu Skin, the culture, the people, the science. And I was in tears through most of the presentation because I came with arms crossed, a lot of attitude, a lot of fear, and wondering if this company was going to be like other things that I'd seen out there, and wondering if I could do this too. And if there were enough people at the top that I could see that a regular person just going through a system and working with a team could be successful with this. And what I saw blew my mind, with people from many different countries all working together, one global mission, one global statement. The science totally inspired me because that was my background. And I got really excited, and the rest was history. I mean, leaders are born at events. You guys are here. Applaud yourself for being here this morning. And it's cousin lines and people like Jeff Zisselman that are the rock stars of this business that get you really excited and motivated. Jeff, I would say about you, integrity to a T. He's a lawyer, but don't hold that against him. He is brilliant. He has the heart of somebody you rarely see. And if you meet his lovely wife, Diana, and you see their relationship together, it speaks volumes for his passion, his excitement, his love for what he does, and his love for helping others. So Jeff, I already spilled the beans a little bit on the fact that you were a RA, you still are.
I'm reformed.
A lawyer. You're
reformed.
Recovered.
I went through a program. Like, you know, people do have other addictions and problems, and now I'm reformed and I do Nu Skin. So thank you for that very kind introduction. I give my wife a kiss. She's home in Florida. Thank you for cheering for Diana. She'll like that. We won't do a Let's Go Brandon chant, but we could go Let's Go Diana chant. So I am a lawyer. Don't hold that against me. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. And let's see, 25 years an entrepreneur. I just turned 55. I've been using Nu Skin products for over 20 years. So I was a consumer way before ever starting my business. We've been with Nu Skin now 10 years. In my entrepreneurial journey, I've had some successful businesses and I've gotten crushed. Any entrepreneurs have businesses that just were ugly? Yeah. If you're a real entrepreneur, you've had many instances of ugliness and sadness, but that builds character and it builds resiliency. And when we made the decision to start Nu Skin, it was to impact millions of people's lives and travel the world. And we've had the opportunity to live all over the world, make an impact ourselves, and go on probably the most interesting personal development journey you could ever imagine. Has anyone discovered something about themselves through this business? Yeah. Like every day I feel I'm being pushed and learning and growing, and I'm just grateful to be here with everyone today.
I am too. And I want to say, you know, you see that there are many seats in this room that are empty, but there are many people watching from around the world, and many people who, due to COVID and upside down world right now, couldn't travel. So we welcome you watching from home. We're glad you're watching from home. This is going to be an exciting 2-day event. If you do want to spread out, you're welcome to do that. There's plenty of room, but this is going to be an incredible, incredible time where we are having this perspective. And kind of, as you know, my dear friend and brother from another mother, Gary DeRitter, said, you know, the view, the 30,000 foot view, when you're looking down in perspective, you will look back on this event and you will look at the timing. And if you've been in this industry any amount of time, it's not always really easy to go really fast. We are in a place right now positioned in the world, in our company, and the science funnel that you're going to see with things that are coming down the pike. You're in the perfect place to do exactly what you were meant to do, to create a destiny that you'll look back and say, oh my gosh, it was a struggle to get here. You know, I mean, people came from other countries with, you know, getting negative tests and making sure they were safe to fly, and all kinds of things happened. And many of you at home watching now, we understand that. We understand your heart and wanting to be here. You're here, we feel you here right now. So be grateful that you are, because the camaraderie and what happens amongst you is priceless. And leaders are born at events, whether they're far away or whether they're here. The side conversations that you'll have, the stories that you'll hear from stage, you'll look back and say, it was that one person, it was that one story that gave me belief that I could do this too. If one can, more can. There's a path, you just get to follow. So that's the part that gets really exciting.
And I would be really intentional of understanding why you're here today and tomorrow. I mean, you spend time and money and effort, and write it down. I am very big into intention and goals. Like, what do you want to get out of today? Do you want to be inspired? Do you want to learn something? Do you want to sit and have coffee with Paige, right? Do you want to ask someone a question? You're going to learn more from the people not on the stage, or you'll learn just as much as the people on the stage. Mm-hmm. Right. And I believe intention is really important. Setting your intention for this event will set the year off right. So we are really excited, because I'm looking at my watch. In about 6 minutes, 10, you know, who knows, yeah, we are going to get the announcement of the next success trip. But who's been on a success trip? So it was really funny. Paige and I were talking, and, you know, I've been with Nu Skin, my wife and I, 10.5 years. I don't even remember all the success trips we've been on. And what's really funny is sometimes something will pop up on Facebook and they'll be like, Diana and I were in a boat in Belize. And I look at my wife, I'm like, we went to Belize? I'm like, I don't even remember it. But I want to share, want to know where our first success trip was? Anyone want to know? It was not a success trip. It was called a Ruby trip. Okay. And we went to Zermatt Resort. That's like in a small town of Park City. Nick, there are a couple of, anyone excited about that? Let's say they came up and it was like a snowmobile and Zermatt. It's like a big log cabin for that. Would you guys be pumped?
Hey, wait,
yeah,
Jeff.
You're spoiled.
Hey, wait, Jeff. I can match that one. So our first Ruby trip, Peggy Croc, our very first Ruby trip. And what was interesting is half of the Rubies that qualified for that Ruby trip went on to go Blue Diamond. Being at success trips isn't just the destination, it's who you're with when you're there, right? But our first success trip, and I called my account manager, she said, you've got to go. I said, I don't have time, I'm building, I'm going blue, I don't care. I'm going fast, I'm going furiously, I'm focused. And she goes, Paige, you need to go. You need to go to Ruby, you need to go on the trip and celebrate, because people need to see that you need to go so that they duplicate that. And I went, darn, okay, I'll go. They took us, we were so excited. Daniel's Summit. And then there was no Wi-Fi for somebody's brand new in the business and cranking it. No Wi-Fi for 4 days. I was freaking out. And then I left my brand new iPhone, it wasn't an iPhone, it was a precursor, in the Salt Lake City airport. So I had no phone and no Wi-Fi and no alcohol. So it's like, oh my gosh. But the relationships we made with the people there were absolutely hilarious. And when they announced the success trips, and the very first true success trip that wasn't a Ruby trip was at the Montage
in Park City.
And we were both there. Yes. And I took Sierra, because I called her and I said, your dad can't go. I have a guest, but I'm not going to take you unless you're serious and really ready to level up. And she goes, I'm more ready than I've ever been. And you'll get to hear Sierra. She's doing the business op presentation at 1, but she became a team elite as a result of fire and determination. And being in that group, that success summit trip was a game changer for her. So you don't know who you're going to have there yet. And since we're at the very beginning, we have 6 months, there will be a lot of people that qualify for that trip that are not in this room or watching from home that haven't even signed up yet. Yep. Right? So the question is, who's going to be on the next success trip? Who's focus driven and your attention, you're going, right? And then you're going to need to work with your upline mentors to determine your plan to get there. And here's the salient piece. How many are you going to bring? How many are you going to help qualify? Because it's not about you, it's about them. How many can you help qualify? And you guys
Totally
have done
agree.
that beautifully, you and Diana, and taking teams.
Yeah.
I mean, we bumped into you at Punta Cana.
Yeah,
Sarah and I were walking around and we bumped right into you. It's like, well, how fun. You find your friends halfway around the world, right?
it's the relationships that you'll create and the cross learning that happens on these trips, which is amazing. Also getting back to intention. Diana and I, and I'm going to be very honest with you, we've made intentional decisions that I don't want to work that hard to qualify for a success trip. And some people are like, that's crazy. Well, I want to be intentional. I don't want to say I didn't go because I didn't do the work. And it's not saying I'm not working, but after you go on a lot of them and you look at the number of points that it takes to go, you're like, whew, I really got to get back to work and work with my team. And, I like the flexibility of Nu Skin, of living my life on my terms. So get intentional with it after we have the announcement and we're going to have a break in between the sessions. I would go into your back office. How many points do you need? What's your monthly plan? How much GSV are you going to create, right? By moving products, right? However you do it. How many team members do you want to bring? And even if today's your first day and you say, I want to bring 10 people, that's great. Because if you don't have the intention set, nothing in life will ever happen. Agreed? Right? Intentions and goals are what can drive our life.
And we have 6 months. I mean, you need to be a brand rep to be counting points. But if you're thinking, this is beyond me, I'm brand new, how does this work? If you're brand new, first step is you get to brand rep, then you can start counting points. And now we have the ability to promote in the middle of the month. And, after the 7th, the 14th, and the 21st. So you don't have to wait till February. I did brand rep in a day. That's not bragging. I had 10 years of experience and I knew how to build a team. It wasn't about me. It was about me connecting with people who could connect. That's what that was about. But if you divide that and you're looking at, okay, that's 100 points. All you need is 100 points if you are new in the business. And honestly, even if you're not new, but you've never been on a success trip. So you'll look at, we'll teach you how to do that in going into the back office. But if you're brand new and you're a brand new brand rep, you need 100 points. You divide that by 6, it's not that many points. So it's totally doable. And there's a lot of people, there's thousands of people that can attest to, because they've done it, you can do it. So,
but I want to know, does anyone have any idea where we're going? I haven't followed any of these. Does any guesses?
Do the clues make sense to anybody? Does anybody have any, shout out where you think?
Costa Rica.
Bahamas.
England. Jamaica. Brazil. Canada. Canada.
Yeah.
Hi, Ling. Get out of here. Ireland. Okay. We've been to Ireland.
Ireland.
We have in the past, right? We were in Punta Cana before. We have
Belize and Cozumel.
Right. We have duplicated success trips. Not that you want to go to the same place twice, but it's always nice when it's on the company's dime, right?
Well, and one of the other really brilliant things this company does is because you can take a partner, an associate, somebody with you. Most people take their spouse. I mean, I remember Sierra was dating Charles at the time, and she took him on the trip and he goes, wow, your company treats you like this? She goes, oh yeah, wait till you see the Team Elite trips. But these are pretty amazing. He goes, we need to do more of this. And he dragged her dry erase board out into the kitchen. He goes, we need to get on that next trip. Let's do that again. But Belize and Cozumel, fantastic. And where else?
Rome.
Caribbean, Norway. Well, now Team Elite trips, yeah. Iceland, South Africa.
Yep.
How many of you in the room were in South Africa? Oh my gosh, right? That was like a 10-star hotel, right? Playing with lions and doing unbelievable things, safaris and life-changing events, right? And many people would think, oh, I could pay for a trip on my own. It's not about the cost of the trip. It's about the relationships that you create with the people that are there, because those are the people doing the deal. They're in the game. They're making it happen, and they're bringing their teams.
They're like-minded people, right? You want to surround yourself this year with like-minded, positive people. Like my wife and I, we don't do negative. Like there is no negative, right? Life is always happening for us. So I want to spend time with people that uplift me, that I can learn from. Like when I found out I get to MC with Paige and we get to spend 15, 20 minutes together yesterday having coffee or speaking or being together. It's very uplifting and enriching for me. And I think these trips is what could bring that dynamic into your life.
Is it going?
Oh,
We
going
get to find
live.
out. We're going live. Where's it going to show? Okay, got it. Yay.
Where could we go?
Do we get to see it?
Celebrate.
I got it. I know where we'll go. We're going to Jamaica. It's going to be an incredible time and we can't wait to see you here. Look around, this place is beautiful. For those of you that were in Punta Cana with us, this is the sister property, the Hyatt Ziva and Zilara at Rhodes Hall in Montego Bay. And it is beautiful. It's an all-inclusive resort. The ocean is beautiful. The people are incredible. We're going to have an awesome time. Now, let's go check out everything that you might be able to experience. Qualification for the Montego Bay Jamaica Success Trip starts now and goes through the end of June 2022. You're going to want to do whatever it takes to be here. This place is spectacular. It's beautiful, and who knows, maybe you'll even ride your own horse in the ocean. We can't wait to see you there.
Where is he? There he is. Wow, that's exciting. I've never been to Jamaica. I have a quick announcement.
Yes.
Quick announcement, you guys. If you need translation, Spanish is on station 72.1. Chinese is 72.5. And Vietnamese is 72.9. Okay? So, oh my gosh, Jamaica, who wants to go? Okay.
So here's the downside to the success. You want to hear the downside?
Really?
You're going to have to work your tails off to get there. It's okay, right?
That's okay, Aaron K.
Like
That's
we're
okay.
entrepreneurs. You know, like it's funny when people say, even to this event, I'm coming to this event. And I was like, are you committed? And they say, yes. I'm like, send me your confirmation of your airplane flight and hotel. And they're, excuse me? Well, I'm coming. I'm like, no, 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 no. You think you're coming, but if you don't have your airfare booked, your hotel booked, and your ticket to the event bought, you're not coming. Because how I look at commitment is very different.
You're talking about coming to this event.
Any event, anything in life, commitment is I'm willing to do whatever it takes ethically and morally to make this stuff happen. So the success trip, Jamaica, cool. You get to bring someone. If you have kids, I know there's some addition. Are you really committed or are you just interested? It like seems like a good idea.
And they will cover your airfare and hotel,
Yeah.
which is really nice. And they treat you like kings and queens.
They're awesome.
Let me just tell you, I came from a medical background. So before I could get excited about this, because this is so exciting, I needed to see that it was real because I'm a health professional. I'm not a salesman. Even though I'm a team elite and I've done well with that, it's because I share a gift I believe in. So this morning is the science section, and we have two of the best to talk to you about the science behind our PharmaNext division, which is the nutritional supplementation line, and the personal care line known as Nu Skin. They're the same company, but I came on board with my team with the scanner and the nutrition. I needed to see that the supplementation was real. So without taking any more time, we want to introduce Tanner Gibb, who has been with this company almost as long as we have, and actually was born the same year as Nu Skin and my daughter. 1984 was a very good year. He does not look like he could be born in 1984, I'll tell you, but he is brilliant. He is this is his title, Technical Communications Manager of Global Research and Development for Nu Skin. That's a mouthful, but here's the best part. He's incredible, and he can make it really complicated with all the details, or he can dummy it down so somebody who doesn't like the science still understands and gets excited about it. I remember sitting in a room with Peggy and listening to the scientists and going, wow. You don't have to be the scientist. You don't have to talk like the scientist. You just need to know the science is behind you and you're credible, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's fluent in Spanish. He's a great, well, you have in common, you're both great dancers. So I won't be up on stage when they're doing their thing. And what I love is his passion for the science. Whenever I meet with someone and it's coming into science, because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm not a scientist, I always text Tanner or send him a message. I'm like, listen, I have this meeting. I need the back phone line open, because if I'm meeting with someone who knows more science than I do, I need to have like the answers. And he's always great. And anyone who ever speaks to him is like, man, what a sharp, smart person. And he knows about nutrition. So I would love to, guys, to get out of your seats. Give him a loud,
let's bring him up. We're so fortunate to have him here today. Please,
Tanner Gibb. What's up, brother? Good, happy New Year. Good to see you. A little dance, Tanner? A little dance?
It's too early. It's too early. Whew. How you guys doing? Whew. What a great group, man. I love it. Whew. You guys are awesome, man. All for a scientist, man. Okay. Whew. Okay. Well, I got to dive in. I mean, who likes the science? Huh? Who likes our compensation plan? If you can understand that, you can get our science, okay? Our science is simple. It's easy, okay? And I'm gonna make it easy for you today. We're gonna talk about some fun stuff. I'm gonna give you some secrets into the future. It's exciting. And I wanna tell you why Nu Skin, right? Why us? There's a lot of companies out there. You know, why choose us? At least from a product perspective, we have the best products in the entire world. They do incredible things. I mean, you've seen them, you've tested them, you've used some of these. These are some of the top selling products globally, from Lumis Spa with its incredible technology, Nutricentials, who's tried our bioadaptives? Yeah, fun stuff. ageLOC TR90, LifePak. LifePak, how long have we had LifePak for? A long time. And it's still one of our top sellers because of the importance of basic nutrition, vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients to be able to support good health. Collagen Plus, we'll talk about that today, and ageLOC Youth. What about the future? You hear about this term, Empower Me? Yeah? Empower Me isn't a product. Everyone's like, Tanner, where is the Empower Me product? Well, now, Empower Me is kind of an umbrella term that represents the vision of where we're heading in the future for product development. And it's all about personalizing the approach in which we develop and target products to our consumers. So you're going to think of, apps and devices. How do we make things more smart, more intelligent, more personalized? It's kind of like having Tanner in your pocket, right? Or the best sign. Imagine having Joe Chang being like, hey, do you know what? You should really take this product. That's what you're getting in the future, this personalized approach, because we're all different, right? We all come in different shapes and sizes. and we need different products. We need different nutrition. We need different skincare. And so this is where we're going. We have personalized weight management in the future that I'm excited about. We've been working on for the last several years now, and some incredible products that I can't tell you about today, but they're exciting. And they're incredible for just new innovative insights that I haven't seen in the weight management industry. Being able to personalize what are the most important components to you in terms of maybe it's blood glucose control, maybe it's appetite control, maybe it's lean muscle support, you know, whatever it is that's going to help you the most, that's what we're going to deliver. Next generation home use devices, right? I've heard somewhere that we're the #1 at-home beauty device systems company brand in the world. Yeah, how many years in a row? Four years in a row. And guess what? We're not stopping. Okay. You've heard about LumiSpa. What about LumiSpa 2.0? Yeah, that's coming. And I don't want to share too much because I don't want to get in trouble. But we always innovate, right? We don't create a device or create a product and then say, okay, this is good for life. Here it is. What about the biophotonic scanner, right? We started with that many, many years ago. We had the S1 version, then we created the S2, then the Mount Everest, then the S3, and we continue to innovate. What about LumiSpa? Do you think we stopped with version 1? Absolutely not. You're gonna love what's coming. Just think of LumiSpa, but as a smart, intelligent device, okay? It's coming. Other innovations as well, emotional and mental wellness. You know what? When it comes to our health, brain health becomes more and more important, especially the longer that we live. You know, you compare this to many years ago where we weren't living very long, but we're living longer. And so our brains need extra help in terms of cognition and mood and memory. That's right. There's your scientist joke for the day. And then ageLOC Meta, right? It's already being launched in several markets around the world. In the US, it's coming in the near future. And it's an exciting product that I'm going to tell you about today. Okay, let's jump in. Anybody know this guy? Joe Chang? Isn't he incredible? You know, my job is so fun because I get to work with him. And I get to work with Mark Bartlett. And I get to work with Helen Nags, these incredible PhD scientists that have incredible backgrounds in biochemistry, in pharmaceutical science, in immunology, and so many other different fields. But behind them, we have a whole team of scientists. Oftentimes you guys see just some of the top bigwigs, and for good reason. They're great speakers, they're hilarious, and they're super smart. But just imagine a group of incredibly smart people multiplied by over 75 internal scientists, where all of us brainiacs, we meet together in this room and we innovate and think about how can we make the best products in the world. And that's our job. And you probably don't know a lot of these people, but they're incredible. We have Steve Wood. He's a PhD scientist. He's the director of our research and development on the Pharmanex side. He's a registered dietitian. Yiping. We have incredible scientists on our Chinese team. Casey Hawley, Laura. Anyone know her from her work on the Nutricentials line? Maybe she's given some talks and speeches. Rebecca Major, Doug Stevenson, Shelley Hester, Diana Fort. She's a PhD scientist who works in our supply chain department. And so they're part of investigating new ingredients and new sources. And she'll actually travel in many cases to the location where we source an ingredient from to make sure that it's high quality, that it's the best, so that we can test it in our own labs to make sure that it's good, high quality, pure ingredients in our formulas. Dale Kern, another incredible scientist on our team. He's one of the brainiacs behind a lot of our devices. So you think of galvanic or facial spa, body spa, LumiSpa, a lot of the devices, you talk to him and a lot of just his brain comes out into how can we innovate and think about what we need, not now, but maybe 5, 10 years down the road. That's what we do as scientists. We're like, we're guessing almost what consumer demand is going to be in the future. And I think we've done a pretty dang good job. And I can tell you what's coming in the future is also super exciting. Okay. We also have a scientific advisory board. Now, these aren't just pretty faces that we put in our marketing materials so that people know that we have an incredible group of scientists internally. but we also consult with these board members externally who are experts in their different fields. We have dermatologists on our board, right? Zoe Dralos, a world-renowned dermatologist who consults and talks and innovates with us about products and innovations and the latest science in terms of skincare and device technology. We have other scientists who are geneticists, right? Like Tom Prola, who brought in LifeGen technologies and some of the work with gene expression and looking at the sources of aging. We have other experts in the area of gut health and expertise, right? We have so many incredible scientists that we work with. I love my job. I love what I do because I'm just one member of a whole team of scientists that do research, that do development, we do regulatory work, and we do all of the different facets of science to make sure that our products are the best. Okay, what else? Why Nu Skin? Why are we different? Well, we have a quality process in place. This is an internal process that makes sure that we first select the best ingredients. That's important because if you want to have the best product, you need the best ingredients. Sourcing, this is super critical. The location and how you source an ingredient really matters. There's a large difference. We've even seen in our labs large differences in the quality and purity and quantity of ingredient that you get from different sources around the world. So if everyone thinks here, oh, all vitamin C is created equal, or all purple corn is created equal, or whatever ingredient you really like, all blueberry, it's not. There's large differences in how a product is grown, right? In the cultivation practice and how it's extracted. All of these differences that are details that you don't need to really know about, but we take care of those details because the difference in the science is in the details. Specification. This is critical too because we have a lot of before they're released in the marketplace, right? Testing on a lot of the bad stuff, like who wants E. coli and Staphylococcus and bacteria inside of their product? I certainly don't. So we do testing to make sure it's not there. We also do testing to make sure that the good stuff is in there. You've heard about all the good, none of the bad. Well, we actually test our products to make sure that's actually true. We standardize our products to the active compounds. This is what makes a big difference in the product quality because, for example, with green tea, right? There's a lot of green tea supplements. What if I put our tea green next to 1,000 green tea supplements in the marketplace? How would you know to pick ours? It's hard to know from the product label, right? Because a lot of the products, they'll make similar claims about how it's an antioxidant, or it has some metabolism effect, or it helps to protect your cells. Well, the claims are pretty similar, but the difference in the effect is really different because of how we standardize to high levels of the active compounds. It's about getting the right part of the plant. Did you know that you get different active compounds from the plant, whether it comes from the leaf, maybe the stem, maybe the root, right? These are all these details that we look at to make sure that we can standardize to the active compounds that provide clinical benefits. Safety. Safety is a given, but it's super important. We do safety testing on our products, both our skincare and our Pharmanex. And we also make sure that we use ingredients that are safe and in amounts that are safe as well. And then substantiation. This is a big differentiator for us as a company. We substantiate like no other that I've seen. We do clinical studies after clinical studies after clinical studies. Some of them are in-house where we test the product formulas. And it's an incredible process to be a part of because I like to test all of the new formulas before they come to you. And so they actually get volunteers who are employees to come into the office and go to the clinical lab and test out, say, a new skincare device or a new skincare formula. And they'll give us free movie tickets. And so we get to look younger and get free movie tickets at the same time for testing out these products. And what's incredible about this process is that in the early stages of development, it won't be the final formula, right? We test it out to make sure that it sits right on the skin, that it has the right pH, that it has the right feel, the right texture, the right benefits. Or with devices like LumiSpa, the first prototype device is not the device that we launched, right? We had a lot of tweaking, a lot of changes in the device, in the mechanism, in how it feels, in how hard it is to push the button, in the lighting structure, in so many different aspects that we fine tune and polish these products with so many clinicals and studies that by the time we launch it into the marketplace, you get the finished, complete good, and I get to go see a lot of movies like Spider-Man. It's a win-win. What about testing? I talked a little bit about this, but I think this is critical that everybody here understand that every single one of our nutrition products, batch by batch, is tested for all of these criteria and more before it's actually released into the marketplace. So what does that mean for you as a consumer? Well, when you buy your product, maybe it's a Life Pack or ageLOC Youth or TR90, and you see those ingredients on the label, you can have 100% confidence that we've already tested that product to make sure that it contains none of the bad and all of the good, so that we can meet 100% of that label claim, even at the end of shelf life, because we've done that testing on the quality, on the purity, on the composition, and the potency of these ingredients, right? You're not getting a half-baked product. If a product doesn't meet our specifications, we reject it or we rework it to make sure that it meets what you see on the label, because we're only about the highest in quality before we release products into the marketplace. Okay, let's talk about collagen. I love it. Who likes collagen? Hey, anybody tried our collagen before? Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, sip away to youthful beauty. I mean, what's not to love about this? It's an incredible formula, right? We have these bioactive collagen peptides. Anybody know about that term bioactive? Why do we call them bioactive? Because they're active in stimulating the creation of new collagen inside of your body. That's what bioactive actually means, okay? We have lutein as a powerful antioxidant and ceramides. Let's talk about collagen. We have it in our bodies, right? It's kind of like this picture you can see. It's kind of like a rope that has these 3 strands that wrap around each other. That's why collagen gives a lot of strength and flexibility and support to our skin, right? In our skin, it helps to hold it up. But guess what? Collagen is also found throughout the body. It's in your bones. It's in your muscle. It's in your blood. It's in your tendons, your ligaments, your articulaciones, para los que hablan español. Collagen is all over the place, right? And we need to build it up and support it. The problem is with aging, what happens, right? We lose it, okay? Our ability to make new collagen declines with aging. And it further decelerates with other factors, things like pollution. You know, thankfully you came to Utah where we have a lot of pollution in the air. We all need collagen, right? We need to combat the negative effects of pollution and these toxins in the air that we breathe in. What about smoking, right? It can also accelerate free radical production and oxidative stress, which can damage and degrade these collagen proteins that we have inside of the body. What about oxidative stress and sunlight? In fact, sunlight has the number one accelerator of collagen degradation, and it's not even close. So for those who like the sun and soak up the vitamin D, that's great, that's wonderful. Make sure you cover up, supplement with your vitamin D, and get extra of collagen because it's degrading with that sun exposure. Okay, well, so we created a product with these collagen peptides, and when we looked in the marketplace, we said, you know what? There has got to be something to the science because not all collagen peptides are created the same. There are small differences in the process or the enzymes that are used to actually break it down and create these peptides that create different sizes or different combinations of peptides that have different effects in the body and their ability to stimulate collagen and provide these anti-aging youthful effects. And so these bioactive collagen peptides, they go through a controlled treatment. Part of that includes a hot water extract, a natural process to actually separate the strands of collagen, which are these long chains of amino acids. Well, once they're separated, then it goes through an enzymatic hydrolysis reaction, right? That just means that natural enzymes are used to actually break down those pieces into smaller bite-sized pieces that the body can better absorb, because these bioactive collagen peptides are super highly bioavailable inside the body. But it's not just how bioavailable they are, it's about the size of these peptides that can stimulate more collagen, because a lot of testing was done to find out what is the optimal size of these peptides. And as you can see here, the way that it works is it's dual acting, okay? So you have the collagen, it's broken down into peptides, and then these small compounds, they're absorbed inside the body and they go to cells. You guys remember biology 101? Our bodies are made up of cells. Inside of our cells, we have the nucleus, it's the powerhouse. And inside of the nucleus, we have DNA, right? It's these set of instructions or a blueprint that produces proteins and enzymes and things inside of the body that keep us alive, that keep us youthful. And the mechanism of action here is that these peptides are the right size. They're absorbed in sufficient quantities to be able to the cell to produce new collagen. That's how it works. A lot of people think, oh, if I just take collagen, it magically recreates and builds itself up as collagen again in the body. Well, that's not exactly how the science works. How it works is it acts kind of like a signal. Kind of like if I were to give you a signal today and say, hey, do you know what? Here's a hint of how to do something. You need to follow that hint to get to the reward. The same thing, the reward inside of the body is, do you know what? These peptides, they bind to a receptor and they send that signal inside of the cell that says, hey, do you know what? You need to start kicking your butt into gear and creating more collagen for that anti-aging youthful effect to lift up and plump the skin and provide other benefits throughout the body. And so that's exactly what ours does. And if you can imagine here, looking at a cell, imagine all of these different keys, right? This is an analogy. The key that unlocks the door that produces more collagen. Well, there's thousands of different keys. There's thousands of different sizes of peptides. Well, these sizes of peptides that we found with these bioactive collagen peptides have the greatest effect on stimulating more collagen than all of these other keys, okay? That's why these are so potent and so incredible. And this is proven in science. This is an in vitro research study where you actually look at the cells and look at the peptides and you compare these bioactive collagen peptides to generic or common collagen. And you can see a big difference, right? I mean, a picture's worth 1,000 words. You can see that these bioactive collagen peptides do much better and consistently across multiple studies with different size peptides, they consistently have a higher stimulating effect on collagen in cells than other types of collagen. So I tell people in the world, look, if you want generic results, take something else. If you want the best results, take what we have to offer. And this is proven in human clinical studies, right? Once it was discovered the optimal size of these peptides, well, we found that it's going to do incredible things for increasing skin elasticity by 15%, up to 30% in this particular study. There was a 20% decrease in the appearance of wrinkle volume or how deep those lines and wrinkles go, right? That was actually up to a 50% decrease in the study as well. And then what about nails? Anybody care about their nails? Well, there was an increased growth rate of nails. They grew 12% faster. And there was 40% approximately less broken or chipped nails as well. There were other studies that I won't share with you today. Some have to do with hair, right? Where we also see a benefit. But this to me is some of the incredible science that I want to make sure is clear to everybody here today. What about these collagen peptides? Well, the key to the science is that they get absorbed and that they stimulate new collagen. Well, how do you prove that? Well, you do a skin biopsy. So you actually take part of the skin and you measure at baseline collagen and then at the end of the study collagen. And there was a 65% increase in collagen content or quantity inside of the skin at the end of just 8 weeks. That's an incredible change. I've read a lot of studies on collagen, and I've never seen another study prove anything close to a 65% increase. In fact, I've seen 3%, I've seen 6%, I've seen 11%, nothing close to 65%. And that's what you get. Well, what about lutein? Lutein is a powerful antioxidant that helps with the skin. It helps with the radiance. And when we talk about this youthful glow and radiance on the skin, a lot of that is due to the benefits of lutein. That's absorbed, it gets into the skin, and it provides that protective mechanism. In addition, we know that antioxidants help to fight off oxidative stress that can damage collagen. So I always tell people, look, if you're going to take a collagen supplement, you better get the bioactive collagen peptides in you at the right dose, and you better take some antioxidants to help support that increase in collagen and protect that. We also have phytoceramides. These are incredible moisture retaining ingredients. These are kind of like an umbrella compound that are found on the outside layer of your skin that help to retain and keep the moisture inside of the skin. This is the reason why this is also included. Well, what about clinical studies? And I'm going to go through this pretty quick because I want to get to meta and talk a little bit about this new innovation as well. So this is a clinical study where we saw incredible results. We saw great results with Collagen Plus alone. So for those out there that just want to take collagen and that's all you want to do, that's great. You can see benefits on overall appearance. You can see benefits on texture, and you can see benefits on radiance. That's amazing. It's also scanner certified. We have the biophotonic scanner. We can measure carotenoid absorption inside of the body that goes to the skin, and we can see and measure the difference that the product is making. This is scanner certified. That means that we guarantee your scanner score is going to go up. In other words, we know that these are being absorbed, and you can see and measure the difference. And that's what Pharmanex is all about. But that's not all. And you guys already know this, right? Collagen Plus provides the nutrients to your skin so that it can function better. This allows you to take advantage of our incredible skincare portfolio. I could put a picture of any skincare product right there, whether it be Nutricentials or LumiSpa or Facial Spa, whatever it is. If you want to take advantage of the best skincare products, you need good nutrition from the inside out. Beauty from within is a very real thing. And in fact, that was one of the reasons why our founders and this company bought Nu Skin, was saying, hey, we need good skincare. And over time, they said, you know what? People look different with skincare, the same skincare, depending on their nutrition. If they have good nutrition and good nutrients in the body, they look younger, they look healthier. And so beauty from within and health from within is a very real thing. And so we proved that with this study, capitalizing on this trend of beauty device systems in this category of beauty devices and skincare and wellness that is over a $1.2 trillion industry based on Euromonitor recent data from 2020 and 2021, right? If you want to be in an industry, being in an industry that's over $1.2 trillion, that's a lot of zeros for those who want to count it. And we're in a fantastic position to dominate this space because of our technology, because of our science, because of our success process, and because of all of you, the incredible leaders that drive this business. You guys think our job is hard? What we do? No. Your job, you guys have the job of the century of selling and recruiting. We do the stuff behind the scenes, but really we're about serving you and lifting you up and helping you out. So if you ever have a bad day, give me a call. I want to lift you up and make sure that you guys are good to go. I have a few more minutes, so I'm going to talk really fast. Sorry, translators. Lo siento. These are better together. The point of this is we did a clinical study, and we see better results when you combine LumiSpa with Collagen Plus. And for texture, it's practically double the benefits in a short period of time. And you think about LumiSpa with that micropulse oscillating technology, it's kind of like giving the skin that perfect massage on the skin, right? Because skin cells, they need movement to stimulate some of these anti-aging properties and effects. And that smoothness feeling that you get from cleaning and treating and exfoliating the skin, that smoothness or texture benefit almost doubles. And then with radiance, it goes up as well, and overall appearance too. Okay, let's talk for just a few minutes about ageLOC Meta. So this, if I could summarize ageLOC Meta in a few sentences, I would tell the world that this is an incredibly potent and powerful gut health and metabolic health supplement packaged into one with unique innovations and studies that back up incredible health benefits the world needs, okay? In fact, I was asking my kids the other day, I was telling them, do you know what metabolic health is? And they're like, no, tell us, Dad. And I was like, okay, let me tell you what metabolic health is all about. And I started with this. I was like, do you know what? Only 1 in 8 of us have optimal metabolic health. 1 in 8. So you look around you, odds are most of us don't have optimal metabolic health. And when we talk about metabolic health, we're not just referring to metabolism for weight loss, right? We're referring in terms of things like blood pressure, blood glucose control, insulin sensitivity, waist circumference, and all the above. It's the biomarkers of all of these thousands and thousands of functions inside the body that control energy, how we use it, how we store it, how we eliminate it. And it's super critical. It's a spectrum. We could talk all day about this, but there's good stuff to do and there's bad stuff to do. I think a lot of us know, and maybe with the new year, a good time to set some goals. Do you know what? Let's eat a little bit cleaner. Let's eat healthier. Let's eat more fruits and vegetables. Let's sleep better quality sleep. Let's reduce our stress. Let's improve our exercise. But do you know what? Still, we've known a lot of these things for a long time, and we're not there yet. 1 in 8 of us are only there. And so we created an incredible supplement that flips the switch on how we think about this, okay? It helps to shift your body's biochemistry toward a healthier mode. The way I like to think about it is we have these crazy, hectic lifestyles, right? With stress on the go, so many things that are killing our body's metabolic health. This to me is the solution to counteracting a lot of those negative effects that we have from these crazy lifestyles that we live in. And that's what ageLOC Meta is all about. These are the differentiators. And if we had a science presentation and you wanted to sit here and listen to me for another hour, I would tell you about all the studies, but we'll save that for another time. But yeah, 7 years of research has gone into this. We started this back in the day with research, trying to find the optimal blend of these incredible purple pigments, right? That's why you see purple, right? We need to purple up our lifestyle. That's our marketing tagline, right? Who wants more purple in their life, right? Maybe get some yellows and some greens and some reds. But you know what? How many of you are eating purples on a regular basis? Who's eating their purple spinach or purple cabbage? Purple corn, a little bit from youth. This is a much higher dose with specific types that we identified through our proprietary research that you're not going to see in the marketplace. In fact, before we even launched this product, and I was telling my wife about it, I was like, you need to get on this product. And she's like, when are you going to launch it? And I was like, soon. And she's like, well, go to Amazon and go find it. And I was like, it's not there. I can't find it. And I even looked for the ingredients and I was like, I don't see them that are actually standardized to the right subclasses or types of these anthocyanins. In fact, most of it isn't even standardized at all. It's just crushed up of the ingredients that are being sold in the marketplace. And I'm like, this isn't even close to what we have. We have an incredible innovation that I can't find on the internet. We need to get this to the world. And this is why this product is selling like hotcakes around the world right now. And it's coming to the US shortly. And you should get your hands on it because it's selling like hotcakes. Because around the world, we can't make enough of this stuff. We can't keep it in stock because so many people are buying it and so many people need what this is. Like I said, it's a dual health, gut health. And I believe if you want to heal the body, do you know where you start? In the gut. You begin with the gut, in the microflora, shifting it to a healthier microflora. What that does is that produces certain compounds like short chain fatty acids that plump up these epithelial cells. It helps to reduce the endotoxins from getting into the bloodstream that cause inflammation and damage and metabolic dysfunction and all the above that I would get into. That's super scientific and don't remember all of that stuff. But just know gut health, metabolic health in one. They're incredible differentiators. I'm excited for you to get hands on this product. And that's all the time that I have for today. So thank you so very much, everybody. Just have a great day.
Tanner, a big round of applause.
Wow.
Thank you, brother. Awesome. Appreciate you. If we need you, can I call your cell phone if we have science questions?
Are you guys inspired by the science behind the products? Right? Unbelievable. Andy dances. Didn't know that.
Best products in the whole world. Hands
That's incredible.
down.
Okay.
What did you learn, Paige? Did you learn anything from Tanner?
Okay, here's my best advice. Here's what I learned. And when I came and I remember sitting here listening to scientists talk and I thought, whew, it's like drinking from a fire hydrant. It's like at you, right? And you're thinking, how can I reiterate that? I'm taking notes as fast as I could, or recording if you're doing that. You know, I'm thinking, how do I reiterate this? So when people come to me and you have brand new people in your business and they may not have a medical background, don't screw them up. Don't give them too much. You know, one question, you know the question.
What makes our products different?
Yes. Don't go into that. You're not a tanner. You know what my answer is? It's 2 words. The science. That's all you need. The science. And the results, which are there because of the science, right? So You got that from Tanner, a little bit on the PharmaNext division. And now we're going to go into the personal care division. And we have the honor of introducing Anganel Davis, who is another rock star in the company, who is the director of product marketing. She has many other titles too. She's brilliant also. You're going to be overwhelmed with information on our products and what's happening with that too. But Jeff, you have some information on Anganel too.
So she's been with New Skin 20 years. She's a fluent Spanish speaker, but now is an audience participation. Can we do that? You guys ready to participate? Okay. So when she was growing up, I want you to tell me of these three options, what was her job or what did she do? A downhill junior ski racer, sold Girl Scout cookies, or sold worms. So by audience cheer, who thinks she was a downhill ski racer? Okay. Second, Girl Scout cookies. Okay. Third, sold worms. Okay. So Anganel, can we bring you up and I want you to answer that question? Let's give her
a big
warm
hand.
round of
Help us
applause.
introduce her.
So Anganel, before the science, give us the answer.
I grew up in the country in Idaho and I sold worms to fishermen.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so much fun to be here. I love talking about product a little too much. So it's a good thing that there's a timer and they're timing me. Like every once in a while they have to cut me off. But I do love talking about products, and I'm so excited to start with a product that I have been waiting for. When we develop a product, it's anywhere from 2 to 5 years that we're working behind the scenes before it actually comes to you. So this is one that I've been like, hurry up, I'm ready to talk about it already. BB Foundation. Anyone interested? Yeah. I love this product because of what it's going to do for your skin and how it's going to complement your skin. So BB stands for Beauty Balm. And the whole idea behind this is creating a moisturizer that has with beneficial ingredients that also has some color in it. Because what we want to do is tie into this opportunity. The opportunity in the makeup industry is huge. I had one boss who used to say, makeup puts butts in seats. I like to think of it more as the bright, shiny object. We love makeup. We love playing with it. We love exploring with it. We love what it can do for us. This is a $26 billion industry, and of that pie, over half of that, $15 billion, is the foundation category, because that is the base. That is your fundamental product that has the most change in your improving your complexion and your appearance. Now, when you look at products that are in the industry, the problem is that makeup, when you look at all the products that you can use, makeup surfaces to the top of that list for irritation potential to the skin. Makeup is very common for causing redness, dryness, itching, breakouts, because makeup formulas are very thick, they're very heavy, they can be, which causes a cakey look on the skin. They can also be very drying to the skin, which is a magnifying glass to signs of aging, but is aggressive to the skin when you dry the skin out. Also, makeup products can clog the pores. Clogging the pores is going to cause damage. It's obvious. It's going to cause breakouts to the skin, as well as additional problems that you're going to face in the future. And so what we want is a product that is going to complement your skincare. You don't want to have this amazing regimen like Age Lock Transformation or your Nutricentials Bioadaptive Botanicals, and then just put on garbage afterwards that's going to clog your pores. You want something complementing it. And that is the goal here. We want makeup that acts like your Nu Skin scientific skincare regimen, which is what we've done with this product. So We are providing a product that has the moisturization effects to it. I'll talk about that in just a minute. The soothing, I'll go into that a little bit more as well. Obviously, it's going to help blur the imperfections, even out the skin tone. It's going to brighten the skin, and most important of everything, I can't get off this soapbox enough, is SPF protection. The sun causes 80% of all signs of aging on your skin. So SPF 35, very critical that you're ending your skincare routine with that. Now, what I don't have on this slide is some of the most important benefits. Blue light is a form of, it's a UV ray from the sun that penetrates to the very deepest layers of the skin, causing the most aggressive aging to the skin and extreme free radical damage to the skin as well. This formula is designed to protect the skin from blue light damage. I know, amazing, right? It's not a normal makeup product. This is like a serum that you're putting on your skin. It's part of your skincare system. In addition to that, who's heard of hyaluronic acid? Raise your hands. I love it. That product has been so popular for about the last 3, maybe 5 years or so. Guess what? 37 years ago, in the very first new skin products that were ever created and launched, we had hyaluronic acid. We've had this for decades before it became popular in the world. This is an extremely old story for Nu Skin. That's just one point I want to illustrate of the amazing science behind these products that's so far ahead of the normal industry. We have added it to this product. We continue to use it in our products 3 decades later because it's an amazing humectant. Humectants have the ability to bind to moisture in the air and hold it to the surface. If I literally put a piece of hyaluronic acid on the stage, within minutes, it would turn into a puddle of water because of the moisture here that it's pulled and it's holding to the stage surface. It's doing the same thing in your skin because this product is formulated to be long-lasting moisture so that we can protect. Moisture protects the skin and it helps to prevent irritation and it helps to slow down aging. So we want that long-lasting moisture all day on your skin. In addition, we've included ingredients like rose extract that are going in to help soothe and prevent irritation that could occur from makeup products. You can see ingredient after ingredient, science and technology, that this isn't just makeup. This is skincare that's also giving you that coverage. Now, one other thing I want to talk about is who we're targeting with this. This is targeting, and if we can go to my next slide here, you'll see these beautiful models. These models represent the different ethnicities that we're targeting. During our preview on January 10th, I'm so excited for the preview, there will be 4 kits you can choose from. The first kit is represented by a Caucasian model, and there are 4 shades in that kit. The second kit is represented by an Asian model, and there are 4 shades in that kit. The third kit is model with 4 shades in that kit. And the fourth kit is represented by a beautiful black model with 4 shades in that kit. So our 4 categories are light, medium, tan, and deep. And you can see that we've created an inclusive skincare line for everybody. It's diverse and inclusive, which I absolutely love. The other thing that I love is that these, you might be thinking 4 shades, that's not very much. These 4 shades expand more to like 8+ shades because they can work with multiple skin tones. Let me give you an example. These models you see right here, our team hired these models and hired some professional makeup artists. We brought them into the office and started our shoot. And the funniest thing happened that I've actually never experienced. Well, I did experience it one other time, but our professional makeup artists, when they saw the diversity of the models we had present, they said, market your product, but we can't use your product. We've got to use our own product. This is my reputation that's on the line here. And so they literally, like, it was like they banded together and all 3 of them were like, no, we're not using your product. So we had a little conversation like, we're paying you, you have to use our product. So it was an interesting conversation where finally they're like, all right. I mean, it got to a point where we're like, well, we can politely let you leave or you can use our product. So they actually used the product. And the funny thing was that not only did they fall in love, but the models were witnessing this whole interaction, right? The models fell in love. We had one set of the 16 products there. The models were begging us, can we buy this? We're like, it's not available for sale yet. Well, you've got these 16 bottles here. Could we buy those from you? And we're like, these are the only 16 bottles we have. We can't sell them to you. And the makeup artists were trying to barter for it. At that point, we were like, we have got something amazing on our hands. So exciting, an amazing product. It will complement your skincare regimen, and availability starts January 10th. So now, I always forget, this is my last slide. The whole point of this type of product is for people to notice you, not your makeup. The gorgeous skin that you have created because of the care that you're taking with your skincare, and showing that off with this added product on top of it. So it's all about you, not your makeup. All right. Now, thank you. I want to talk about a brand new product. Who, by raise of hand, has heard of the word microbiome? Raise your hands. Okay, quite a few of you. I love that. For anybody who's not sure what microbiome is, let me explain that. In our stomachs, in our gut, we have over 39 trillion bacteria. It's astounding. And this creates an environment that affects our health. And so when people talk about microbiome, they're talking about all of those 39 trillion bacteria that are inside of us that influence our health. Let me give you a little bit of background and history on this. A scientist named Eli Metchnikoff in the early 1900s started studying a Bulgarian village. And he noticed that these poor Bulgarians were far outliving very wealthy Europeans. And so as he began to study their village, he discovered that their food was rich in fermented milk. And he was the first scientist to discover lactobacillus. And he hypothesized that it was this bacteria that was extending the lifespan of these Bulgarian villagers. And so he was the first scientist to really discover this concept of the microbiome. And it set the scientific community astir. He won a Nobel Prize in 1908 for all of the work that he had done. Well, just a few years later, this is a good thing, but I mean, it had some consequences. Just a few years later, Sir Alexander Fleming, another scientist, discovered penicillin, which is huge, life-changing in a positive way for all of us. The unfortunate consequence was it shifted the scientific community to researching bacteria and its effect on health to killing bacteria. And so it hasn't been until about the last 10 years that all of a sudden the scientific community has come back to life with researching probiotics, prebiotics, postbiotics, and the effect that bacteria has in our intestinal health. And so that's what we're talking about when we say microbiome. Now let's talk about the opportunity here. Huge opportunity. This is a $57 billion market projected by 2025. We just talked about makeup, which was $26 billion industry. You heard Tanner talking earlier about collagen. That's about a $64 billion industry. Look how close this is to that product that blew us all away. $57 billion industry. So definitely an opportunity here. Now, what is microbiome? We talked about some of the basics, but what can affect and what can influence the microbiome? So many things. Traveling. Sorry, all of you have been traveling. That can affect your microbiome. Sleep, diet. We just came off the holidays, right? And we all had different eating habits, maybe perhaps during the holidays. Getting sick, antibiotics, so many stress. All of these things can affect your microbiome. And so we are introducing a product that will be a drink. We're actually still in the formulation stage. So excited. So very fun to tease this, but this is a product that is going to focus on your intestinal health. It's going to focus on that bacteria and the balance inside. Now, one of the most popular questions that people ask me is, I have two that really have surfaced so far. One is, well, how is this different than ProBio that you already sell? This is a really good question. Microbiome, that name may change. Again, we haven't finished the formulation yet, but microbiome will focus on prebiotics and postbiotics. ProBio is focused on probiotics. So prebiotics are the nutrients that feed probiotics. Postbiotics are what is produced by the probiotics. So you need ProBio, but you can see how the prebiotics and postbiotics play an integral role in that. And that is what the microbiome will provide you so that you get the complete picture for that gut health. Now, the second most popular question that I get asked is, well, what about digestive health? Digestive health really is focused on when you overeat, overindulging, because it doesn't use anything, has nothing to do with biotics and bacteria. It is focused on plant extracts, enzymes from plants that are going in to break down the compounds in the food. So when you eat a little bit too much, it's going to help your body process that more efficiently and quicker. So you can see how that's a very different concept than this microbiome. I forgot to tell you earlier that the scientific community, as I was telling you, in the last 10 years, they've been coming back to this. So many studies are starting to happen, studies that are associating your gut health with your brain, with your heart, with your immune, with your overall health system. So a really important thing that we are excited to start we've already started our own clinical studies, and in the next month or so, you're going to see us releasing so much more information because we are targeting early spring, March for this product to come to market. So we're doing a fast speed on this, and we are so excited. So much more to come with that. We have a lot. I hope you can see the vision here. Last year, we had amazing products. We had collagen. We had some amazing holiday promos. Right now, we've got BB Foundation coming that's going to attract so many customers. On the heels of that, you'll be following up with microbiome, a $57 billion industry opportunity. On the heels of that, there's some other things that are coming that I can't quite tell you yet. But this is an exciting time to be with Nu Skin, with some amazing products stacked up to give you that momentum to keep growing for success. Remember that you're amazing. You are amazing exactly as you are right now, with all your strengths, with all your flaws and weaknesses, and you are too amazing to leave as you are. And that's why we're here. We're here to grow, to become better. And there's some amazing products that will support you in this journey of yours at Nu Skin. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Anganel.
Awesome, awesome. So have you been well fed in your science session? Yeah? I'm going to tell a quick story before we wrap up. And I remember Charlie Patterson, who you will have the honor of hearing from him a little bit later. How many of you know Charlie Patterson? Woo! Amazing. And I remember he was selected to represent the males in the community. I was represented to select the females. We were both pretty new, Blue Diamonds in the company. And it was an international event, which wait till you get to experience that, where people come from 50 countries around the world. And we stood in the front, and we had 75 to 100 full-time scientists crossing 13 different clinical subspecialties in a semicircle behind us. And Charlie and I, our message was, you don't need to be able to talk like them. You just need to realize they're real. The science is solid. Each product that they come out with is fantastic. And one product can set you free. One product can build an empire that spans the world with the hard work that goes behind it in connecting the dots and building a team. So I just wanted to leave you with that so that you don't leave and go, oh my gosh, science overwhelm. For those of you who do not have a medical background or a science background, I needed that before I could go and talk to people. And then I could release and surrender and go find my team, right?
So my wife has a science background, and I just tell people, listen, these products work. You don't need to know the science. Do the products work? Do you get results? Be a product of the product, and then people look at you and they're like, you use these? Wow, that's the best marketing we have. Agreed? So use more products. Even though I'm not your upline, consume more products.
And Ed DeRitter's favorite word is slather. Slather them on. Do not be sparse in putting the products on. And when you're a product of the product and people look at you and they start talking out in the regular world, and age may come up at some point, and when you see shock on their face, you're what? I love that. And then they just surrender and say, I wanted whatever Kool-Aid you're drinking, whatever you're doing, you're looking the part, because the products do really work. So the products you use are the products you'll sell. PS, just so you know, be a product of the product.
So we would like to do a selfie and then make a couple of announcements. So if you guys could just